Hi guys, it's Chris again with the Guitar Hero Rock Band drum videos that I've been doing for you. The set's evolved again, and I wanted to do a quick video of all the new features and things that I've built into the set. I've already reviewed the J5 with you guys and how that works, and although you guys haven't seen it work yet, I've done a review on the Ion Expander. I've been so caught up with the J5 that I haven't had a chance to really use it and make a video of it, but it's finally hooked up. The DM5 drum brain, which is a regular drum brain and enables the Ion kit to be used as a real drum set, that's finally hooked up and working properly. Well, it has been, but it's been disconnected and reconnected over time. And the set's evolved, and we've created a new box. This is a switch box, and this was very necessary, and I'll explain why it was necessary, so just give me a few minutes. I've had the set hooked up. The set was hooked up originally to the Ion drum brain, and that plugs USB into the Xbox 360 and you play your Ion set. Then I got the J5 and I disconnected it from the Ion brain and been using the J5, and that was great for Guitar Hero. I got my 5 lanes. I was able to use the orange symbol. I ghosted a couple of the symbols, or mirrored them, whatever you want to call it, so that I had multiple oranges, and I was able to play Guitar Hero just like you would on a regular Guitar Hero World Tour drum set. But I was tired of disconnecting and reconnecting wires, so I went out and bought a bunch of splitters, which ended up being a waste of money, because when you hook a splitter up to the J5 and the Ion drum brain, regardless of which one you're using, the other one creates feedback and passes back some of the cymbals and basically makes other things go off while you're playing. It's actually impossible to even get through a song. So I had to disconnect and reconnect depending on what game I wanted to play. So I figured, well, it would be nice if I had a way to plug into those splitters but switch between one side of the splitter or the other. So we came up with a splitter box, or a switch box. As you can see, just like the Ion Expander, it has color-coded: red for snare, yellow for tom and hi-hat, 2 blues that you can see there, which is tom 2 and ride, and then we've got 3 greens for tom 3 and the 2 crashes. And then, of course, there's the orange, and the orange is the bass pedal. So the colors that you see are the pads actually being inputted into that switch box. And then, like I reviewed on the Ion Expander, the Ion Expander actually had a pass-through row, and that pass-through row was supposed to get connected to the DM5 so that you can use the real drum brain while playing along with the game, or just so that you don't have to disconnect and reconnect wires and you can actually use your drum brain just solo when you're not playing the game. But I decided that regardless whether I'm playing Guitar Hero or Rock Band, to have it plugged into the Ion Expander means I'd only be able to use it for Rock Band, not for Guitar Hero. So I decided to take that concept and put it into the switch box. And we'll come around and show you. There's a second row. The second row, as you can see on this loomed wire, goes over to the DM5. So my pads get inputted into here, and they basically come out and go right to the DM5. Bam, you've got your Ion set as a real drum set, and you're good to go. Well, like I said, I wanted to be able to use it with the game and without the game, so now you've got rows 3 and 4. Row 3, which is the back row, means switches down for the back, and that activates this row. This row is always active. The drum brain is always active, whether it's on or off. It doesn't create any feedback. It's got isolating circuits in it so that none of the hits from the drum pads will go through these wires and then back down and over to here and register with either of the other drum brains, the DM5 or the Ion Drum Brain or the J5. So like I said, we've got the switches down, which is this row here, and this row goes up to the J5. So I use that for Guitar Hero, World Tour, Metallica, Smash Hits, and when I want to play those games, I just put the switches down, I'm good to go. If I flip the switches up, then it activates the fourth row, which is this big set of loomed wires that goes over to the ion expander in, and then out the ion expander up to the ion drum brain, which gets connected USB to the Xbox. Seems a little intricate and a little crazy, but like I said, you know, pads in, pad out to the ion expander. Ion expander allows me to use a real drum pedal and not just the ion pedal. So it's got a built-in kick box. It's also got a hi-hat swap box built in, which is this circuit right here. And I'll explain that in a minute. Basically, a hi-hat swap box allows you to use your hi-hat pedal, keep it down for the yellow, and then you take it off and it actually turns into a blue because Rock Band uses blue as open hi-hat. So in the game, it actually makes you switch your cymbal, which is incorrect, where it should still be the hi-hat, but just in an open position. So that's what this box is there for. And then, of course, you know, it outputs to the Ion Drum Brain. And we all know that the Ion Drum Brain is 8 isolated pads or instruments. You know, the 4 pads and 3 cymbals plus your bass. I actually just used the splitter so I could use 2 crashes, 1 and 2. When you play in the game, that's helpful because if you're only playing with 4 pads, it will not allow you to freestyle correctly. You know, you'll hit a yellow hi-hat and it'll be a tom, so on and so forth. So your freestyling in the game is kind of limited. We all know that the Ion Drum Brain allows you to use all the pads and play properly. Also, if you're going to use the Rock Band trainer or the open practice sessions, because maybe you don't have a drum brain, you just want to play your drums, you need the Ion Brain so that cymbals are cymbals, pads are pads. So that's the intricate setup of the Ion expander with the Ion Drum Brain and the J5 by itself. The way I have the J5 hooked up is all the cymbals, with the exception of the hi-hat cymbal, are orange. Really doesn't make any sense, but that's the way that their game is. It's not as anatomically correct as Rock Band is. Rock Band has thought out their pad hits and cymbal hits a lot better. Everything translates real well, and even though they only use 4 colors to represent multiple hits on a drum set, or you know, pads and cymbals, at least they map them correctly. They'll always use yellow and blue for open closed hi-hat. They'll always use blue for ride. They'll always use blue for the second tom, you know, so on and so forth. They've done it right. Guitar Hero is slightly different. There's only 2 toms, not 3. I have the yellow actually mapped at the yellow tom mapped as a hi-hat, but all I have to do is just pull out one output and stick it into the other, and I'm good to turn that into 2 blue toms, which could be more fun, you know. Instead of playing a full roll on one of the blue toms, I can split it between the 2. Songs like Master of Puppets in the chorus is just blue, green for toms, but we know that Lars plays it with 3 toms. So you can take your blue roll and split it between the 2 if you wanted to. I don't have it hooked up like that. I'll get to videos like that later on, show you, you know, I'd have to relearn it and show you and let you know how it works out. I'm sure it'll work out great. I mean, I've messed around with it, but you know, we're just talking about making it more correct. Not really liking the way this video is turning out, so I think I'm going to probably do one more. I might post this one, I might not. If I do, email me with any questions or hit me up. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.